Hey y'all, and welcome back to the party. It's your girl BrittReacts, and today we are reacting to Dave Chappelle thinks Bill Burr is funny. What a joke. Netflix is a joke. Let's see what they have to say. This should be good.
This is not legislation.
Right.
These are jokes by someone who doesn't read.
What a Joke with Papa and Fortune on Netflix is a Joke Radio.
Welcome back, everybody, to What a Joke with Papa and Fortune. I'm Tom Papa.
I'm Fortune Feaster.
And we're very excited because our good friend, great comedian, Bill Burr is with us right now. His new special, Paper Tiger, is streaming on Netflix. It's his 6th special, and I have to say, it's your best special.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
And I will pay you after this segment for saying that. That's exactly what every comedian wants to hear.
It was, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm very
Job
proud
well
of it.
done.
You know, so much of it is the way Mike Binder shot the thing. And Mike Binder is a former stand-up comedian. Now he directs and everything. And I got a chance to work with him, I don't even know, 4 or 5 years ago on a movie called Black or White. And we just kind of became, buddies via cigars and stuff,
We hung out at his office that night, remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, cool. So
The lady in the back is like lovingly and longingly just listening. Like, I feel you. She's got her head to the side. Okay, so I don't think Dave Chappelle is going to be a part of this. It sounds like Bill is going to tell a story about Dave validating his funniness on this podcast.
and stuff,
We hung out at his office that night, remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, cool. So you know all the backstory. So then, I don't know, one night we were having a cigar, and I was just talking to him about, what I wanted my special to look like. And I was thinking of maybe doing it in London. I wasn't sure, because there's always that extra added pressure. What if they're not going to like it? And I wasted 2.5 years on the road and that type of stuff. And then he was going, and then it all came down to me and Mike wanted to hang in London and smoke a cigar.
I was thinking about that, though. That is kind of was that a risky decision? I mean, to do, because you have your special and it totally pays off. It works. But
Right.
I was remarking when I was watching that a lot of like local references, very, American political comments, like little subtle things that you would think maybe they're not going to get or wouldn't really be into. They totally were.
Yeah, because there's two things that are going on.
That is super true to me when I watch like Ricky Gervais. Sometimes I miss the mark because of the like things that are happening over there that I'm not aware of in everyday life. So I can get how a comedian is a little leery of going outside of their like country or fan base, main fan base. Also, this is off topic, but on topic. Bill Burr makes fun of his own like fair skin redheadness often. And this is the most up close and personal I've ever seen him. Typically he's on the stage. He's not very close. Like I can see his very good skin and lack of pores. And it's like freckles on his arms and his red hair. Like, I don't know, it's just so interesting to like finally see it up close. It's like, oh wow, he really is like a fair skinned redhead man. Like the jokes he tells about like doing roofing in July as a very pale redhead is funny. And now I have a visual of it. So, all right, let's get back to it.
They totally were.
Yeah, because there's two things that are going on. It's like Netflix and podcasting are global.
Right.
So what's going, like if I said all of that shit that I said that night to everybody in London, there would be a lot of people going, I don't know what this guy's talking about. But what shows up are the 1,500 people in a country that are into you.
Right.
So they listen to the podcast. They're up on
Yeah.
what you're doing. They
That's
kind of know
true.
your sense of humor. So that's
Right.
so people go, how the hell can you go to this country?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't need to have the whole country show up. I'm playing an 800-seater. I just need 800.
Just come to this show.
Yeah, 800
Right.
people out of all of these millions
Right.
to show up. I'm not
Great
playing
point.
like,
Great point.
How it's Prince Albert Hall?
Royal Albert Hall.
Albert Hall.
Yes.
So beautiful.
Yes, and I had actually got to play there a year before I did the special, which was a great thing because it was such a I play drums as a hobby, and John Bonham's my favorite drummer, and my favorite Led Zeppelin footage is from Royal Albert Hall.
Right.
So the first time I did it, I couldn't get past. Like, I'm standing where Robert Plant stood, and John Bonham was right there. So the whole time I did my show that night, I couldn't quite get out of my head.
Right.
It was an unbelievably humbling, honorable, honored to be there.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, and the pressure on that one was because the first time I played there, there's definitely that. I'm here doing my shit and dick jokes like this. I don't. There's got to be some sort of blip that I somehow snuck in here. So you want to make sure that you do a good job. But
no, and you could tell at the end of it when you're like, "This has been the best 2 days of my life."
Oh yeah, I had a ball.
It seemed really genuine.
Oh, I had.
Okay, I'm wondering why he named the show Paper Tiger. So if anyone has information on that or context, please share it in the comments. Also, I have recently started to watch and react to Bill Burr doing his podcast, and I love it. I just love the intimate, up close friend feeling you get, like you're just chatting with a friend. And so this feels the same to me because he's on this podcast. It feels, less right now, less haha funny, and just more like getting to know Bill. Like sit down with Bill Burr. I love it.
I had the best time. I had a lot of family in there. My wife and my daughter was there. That's the picture in the end where I'm, hugging her.
Yeah.
And, it was definitely, very, very proud of it. Very proud of it.
That was the one upsetting part of the special when you said you were talking about your daughter and that she's over 2 already.
Oh, my gosh.
And I think
really?
we were going to hang out with her every week.
Yeah.
And I think we've only seen her twice, and it was like a year ago. And I'm like, Cynthia was just like, we've got to see her. What are we doing?
Yeah, I know.
Has that changed your comedy at all, being a dad?
I made sure that it didn't on one level and then it did on another. I have watched comics become dads, and then they try to whitewash their past.
Right.
And start wearing sweaters and stuff. And it's just like, and then their fan base is just like, dude, I get it. You're a dad. But what am I watching, the Lawrence Welk show? What happened? What happened to the guy that I like? So on the other side was the overreaction to every joke that gets told now.
Right.
Kind of kept me sort of level. Where I was just like,
what do you mean?
Well, I mean, I just felt like I was going a little bit further in some areas than I normally would have. I would have kind of pulled back on the stick, but now I'm just looking at it like, just because there's all of these it's not even a lot of people just going, you can't say this, then you can say that. And if you say this, we're going to erase you, or whatever the hell they say.
Yeah.
It's just like, my favorite quote that I saw this year out of anybody was, I was watching this interview on Tarantino, and I absolutely love his new movie. I've already seen it twice.
So great.
I got to see it a third time because there's so many jokes you miss. Because you're so blown away by the cars and all the performances and stuff. But he said he was talking about how when he was first starting making movies or somebody, people going, you can't do this, and you can't do that, you can't do this. And he was just like, wait a minute. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. And it's just like, that's why I love your movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't love every single aspect every time, but I just love that there's a guy going, no, I'm going to do whatever I want to do and make what I want to make. And
well, that's what's so refreshing about this special.
Bill Burr is for sure the Quentin Tarantino of comedy. Love that. He is. I just had an aha moment, and I think he is.
I mean, you come out and probably the most controversial stuff is in the first 20 minutes, probably.
There is no controversy.
But I mean,
it's all just
not
gassing shit up.
Yeah, but you're talking about stuff that people are uncomfortable talking about. Forget on television, just in life, like people dealing with men and women and where we're at now, and kind of sussing out all of this Me Too. And
I know, but amongst your
out.
friends, you're not uncomfortable. Amongst your friends, you're just going, dude, what was that? That one made no fucking sense. And then another one will be like, oh, that guy's a piece of shit or something like that. But that you're not allowed to ever say, yeah, that one kind of seems like bullshit.
Right.
Because if you say that, then that becomes, you're part of the problem, and you're like
right.
I don't know what, a surrogate piece of shit or something.
People when you're saying, people are saying you can't talk about this, you can't talk about that. And you just talked about all of it, but in this fun, funny way. Yeah. You just were being a comic.
And my job's to make jokes.
That's it. And that you come away and you're like, I almost felt like you reminded us that it's not the comedian's job to be on the right issue or whether he believes it or
Towing
whether
the line.
it's just to make us laugh.
Yeah.
And there is a couple moments in it where you bring.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think comedians have the unfortunate like task all of a sudden, like if you're going to make jokes, you have to be politically correct or pick a side. And it's like, that is not what comedy is. Like comedy is not meant to be political or polarizing unless that's the topic in which the comic wants to go. But like he quite literally is not required to do that. But in the climate of the world today, everyone expects everyone to state their opinion, and it better be the right opinion, and it better state it the right way, and they better not offend A, B, C, D all the way through Z. And it's like, that then is an impossible task. And that's why people are trying to cancel comedians. And even if a comedian makes a mistake in his personal life, somehow that leaks into his professional career. And it's like, none of that is what comedy is. It's not.
Bring up a premise, the room goes quiet, and you plow through, and then everybody is bursting out laughing. And that really was like, oh, this is the point of comedy. It's not, this guy does not have to run for office. He doesn't have to be on the right issue. He just has to make us laugh.
You're not running for office?
No, this is not legislation.
Right.
These are jokes by someone who doesn't read. Okay, just everybody relax.
Yeah, people put so much on it.
I know.
Now I'm excited to be here. I am. It's very exciting to be doing stand-up outside of my own country. Yeah, no, not because of you. That's how it's become. Fucking U.S., everything's so goddamn... Every fucking joke you tell. Well, what did you mean about that? I didn't go to the gym today. Are you calling me fat? I feel fucking triggered. Gotta fucking apologize to everybody. This is how screwed up my country is right now. You know Bryan Cranston, right? That dude did a movie. He played a quadriplegic. And people gave him shit. Being like, why is there an able-bodied person playing a quadriplegic?
Because he's an actor, the same way actors play villains and monsters that they're not in real life. That's why. Is this for real? I'm not familiar with this man or this movie, but like, give me a break. Everyone needs to just take a chill pill.
Why is there an able-bodied person playing a quadriplegic? It's because it's called acting, you dumb fuck. See, if he was a quadriplegic playing a quadriplegic, that's not acting. That's just fucking laying there saying shit that someone else wrote.
You're still doing a lot of acting too, right?
You shot a big movie.
Yeah, I shot a Pete Davidson's big movie.
How did that go?
Well, I didn't get fired.
Yeah,
who knows?
big
I can
role.
still get cut out. You never know.
That's a big role.
It went great, and it was the first time I got to work with Judd Apatow, where I've worked with him in a more like distant way. Like I did Pete's show Crashing, because I think that comes out in June of next year. But I got to do an episode of The Mandalorian. Jon Favreau, the new Star Wars thing. I got to be in that. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Dang, yeah. Bill is getting to the bag, baby. That's. I just love to see the evolution of anyone that works hard and is successful, and he clearly is doing really well. I love that he's doing all these movies. Get the money, honey.
On Favreau, the new Star Wars thing. I got to be in that. Yeah.
Oh my god!
What?
Yeah. This is a sports fan meathead who doesn't watch any sci-fi.
You're going to be in Star
That's what I was
Wars?
to say. I was like, are you a Star Wars?
No, you know what this is like? This is like when Joe DeRosa met Joe Torre. He goes, yeah, I met this guy the other night. He was somehow connected with the Yankees because he was still, managing. He goes,
Oh, God.
It was Joe Tutelage.
Oh no!
I'm like, Torre? He goes, yeah. Is he like a big, he makes that face? Is he like a big guy? I was like, dude, I'm going to fucking strangle you.
I know, right?
I'm going to strangle you. Why?
He's like, I want to go buy vintage T-shirts.
Yeah, so he already went off on me for being in Star Wars, and I told him, I go, this is your payback for meeting Joe Torre.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough,
Oh
fair
my
enough.
God.
What did you
Gosh.
do to you? What did you wear?
In what?
Star Wars.
I don't know that they are like.
That's very
Yeah.
secretive.
Yeah, this is like how much money's in the Federal Reserve. I don't think I'm allowed to say anything.
Yeah, all that Netflix
Oh,
money's
man,
gonna go out the
that's
window.
exciting.
If you look at the trailer, you see the back of my bald head for half a second.
Oh my God.
Oh, so you're not in a helmet.
I love it.
My head is
Dang, he really has to be super tight-lipped. That's so crazy.
a helmet. It would have been redundant. That's like a joke, a hat on a hat.
Oh, my God. That's
man.
exciting.
You're a busy guy, Bill.
Yes, I am.
What about F is for Family?
F is for Family. We're finishing up season 4.
Holy
What is F is for
editing
Family?
that, and that should be out sometime next year.
But for you, stand-up will always be number one, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean,
without a
that's
doubt.
Well, you're very generous with comics. I was talking to...
What is F is for Family? Is this a show he's on? This is not the name of the podcast. Is it? F is for Family.
Yeah,
I mean,
without
that's
a doubt.
Well, you're very generous with comics. I was talking to Tom about how when I was early on at the Comedy Store, you were so good to me and would watch sets.
Oh my God, when
and
you did
give
that
me punchlines and stuff, and it was so cool.
When you did that bit, she's my best friend. I was like, I don't think you understand how funny you are. And she just kept booking TV shows and it was annoying. It's just like, stop fucking. They're giving you chicken feed. You're a star. Get out there on the. I tell you, wait till her hour comes out.
Yeah.
You're forgetting all about mine. I'm telling you.
You've been
There's
so
nobody has a vibe. Like you're hilarious, and you got this chill, cool vibe that I loved. And then you also know how to unleash. Like some comics, when they get loud, then they just stay there too long.
Yeah.
And then it gets annoying. But like if you know how to use it, you can just blow them back in the seat and then bring them back down again. It's awesome.
Oh,
I love it.
you. It means
I love
a lot.
it.
You've
That's
always
right.
been so
So
good to me, and it
nice.
really was always
Such
much
a sweet
appreciated.
moment.
Here we go. We sound like one of us is on our deathbed.
I
right
know.
now.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Like they are giving each other their flowers. It's so sweet. We have not heard a thing about Dave Chappelle yet. I want to hear what he has to say about Dave Chappelle.
Much appreciated.
Here we go. We sound like one of us is on our deathbed.
I
right
know.
now.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You've always been so nice to me.
What is this announcement you're
I
going to
don't
make?
get to
Keep
see
my
you,
name alive, Fortune.
I brought him up at the store a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "This is one of the nicest because you're so nice to me, and I mean you're nice to everybody, but I love you so much." I'm like, "He's one of the nicest guys that there is," and you come out, you're like, "Do you really have to say that? I'm about to go rant about a bunch of shit." You're saying I'm the nicest guy.
One of the
ever.
nicest guys. Let me talk about people in wheelchairs.
But it means a lot. It does when you're a newer comic. You're coming up. It's intimidating.
Well,
you
that's
know?
because
Yeah.
people did that for me, and I didn't forget it. And I remembered what it meant to me. I had one. Dave Chappelle said something to me in the
It's
early
time.
2000s. I held on to that.
Yeah.
In comedy condos and hell rooms for like the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Dave said I was funny.
Right.
Dave
Yeah.
thinks I'm funny.
Dave thinks I'm funny.
Dave
You're
thinks
that
I'm
for
funny.
me,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
I'm not saying that because you're on your deathbed. But you are
The comedy deathbed.
When I'm on the road and I'm in a green room that's basically a broom closet,
Ugh.
I'm like, Bill.
Aw, pay it forward, folks. That's the message here. Pay it forward. Look at how Dave planted a seed in Bill. Bill's planting a seed in Fortune. Look at that. Be kind to others. Pay it forward. I love this.
In a green room that's basically a broom closet,
Ugh.
I'm like, Bill said I was funny. And it does carry you through those weekends sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you're so lost in the beginning. You really don't know whether you have no confirmation of, and there's no
funny or
like
not.
roadmap. So you're like, is this going to lead to anything? Am I doing this even remotely right?
Yeah.
And you don't have blinders on, like I'm just going to do what I find my own journey.
No.
You're just totally, you almost see like an owl.
Yeah. I
What is
see
that guy
everything.
doing? I need to be doing what he's doing. He's like
Yeah.
mapping out his shirt and everything, and
Yeah.
what agent he's with, and you're just ping ponging.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe.
How'd he get that?
Is this how you stand?
Yeah, Joe Coy came in here and was like, my street team. Tom and I were like, we need a street team. Why don't we have a street team? You're like, what are we doing wrong?
Well, what keeps you going was what I started to learn was just like, well, I started before cell phones. You'd get in, you just drive back into Nick's Comedy Stop in Boston, and then you would find the nearest comic and tell them the story.
Yeah.
And then they would be laughing, and then of course try to top your story about
Yeah.
like, and that's nothing. One time I had this happen.
Yeah.
And it just made you feel like, all right, well, I got a story to tell. And then it also made me feel like a comedian.
Yeah.
'Cause I heard the older guys, telling the stories, and I was just like, I don't have any stories. I went to an open mic, and it didn't go well because it was my fault. There was no any, other elements involved. So then once I started doing, rooms outside and
Oh, there's nothing better than hearing about your friends who've suffered. Bill Burr special Paper
right,
Tiger
thank
is
you.
streaming on Netflix now. Go and watch it.
All right.
He also has some big tour dates coming up. Go to BillBurr.com. Look at all his dates. He's going all over Cosmopolitan in Vegas. And, of course, listen to his Monday morning podcast, one of the best podcasts out there. Bill Burr, ladies and gentlemen.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. Thoroughly enjoyed sitting down with Bill Burr. All right. Go have the day you deserve. And pay it forward. Peace.